My CPA got me the biggest refund ever. I can't wait to get my tax refund. Thank goodness for the government who helps us by giving us refunds. Statements like these show a fundamental misunderstanding of where refunds come from. So when your friend or brother-in-law is bragging about how their CPA is awesome because they got them a huge tax refund, you may or may not want to avoid that CPA. Hey, my name is Mark Tu, and I'm a CPA and former reseller who specializes in helping resellers and online businesses with taxes and with growing their businesses profitably. Typically, the main reason for a huge refund is because you overpaid your taxes. It's usually that simple. Either your employer is withholding too much tax from your paycheck, or your estimated tax payments were more than sufficient to cover the tax actually owed. I've had clients pay $10,000 in estimated taxes only to get a refund of about the same $10,000, simply because they paid additional taxes throughout the year that they didn't have to. That's right, a tax refund isn't a free gift from the government. It's actually money that you've overpaid in taxes throughout the year. Think of it as an interest-free loan to the government. That's right, you've essentially given the government a little extra each paycheck. And getting a big refund just means you overpaid. And while it feels great to get that lump sum back, wouldn't you rather have that money in your pocket throughout the year? Now, some people do love getting a big refund. It feels like a bonus, but others prefer to adjust their withholding to keep more money in each paycheck. Whichever you prefer, understanding how it works can help you make the right decision for your finances. Here's some of the pros and cons. A pro is that it feels like a nice lump sum that you can use for big purchases, savings, or paying off debt. Many people see it as forced saving, like a plan to ensure that they'll have a big check coming to them after tax season. Some cons are that the money could have been in your paycheck all along, helping you cover monthly expenses or even allowing you to invest it for a future return. You're giving the government an interest-free loan, which might not be the most efficient way to manage your money. Ultimately, it's up to you. Some people enjoy getting that one-time big check, while others prefer to have access to their earnings year-round. I'm personally in the camp of getting my refund or tax owed as close to zero as possible. That means I haven't over or underpaid the government throughout the year, which gives me the most flexibility with my money. If you're a reseller or have an online side business and you or a spouse also has a W-2 job, depending on how much tax is being withheld from the W-2 paychecks, some of those withheld taxes might be enough to cover some or all of the tax owed related to the side business. You'll first have to estimate how much tax you're going to owe, and I did a video about that recently about how much money to set aside for taxes, where I walk through how to do that. Depending on how much tax you're going to owe, you can adjust your withholding to maximize your financial flexibility. A lot of people over withhold, which gives them a big refund, but you can fill out a new W-4 form with your employer to ensure that you're keeping more of your paycheck instead. And this way you're in control of your money all year rather than waiting for a big check from the IRS. You should also be aware that sometimes your refund is not purely made up of the taxes you've overpaid. Sometimes you might qualify for refundable tax credits. Some of the most common credits that boost refunds include the Earned Income Tax Credit, which is a huge help for low-income to moderate-income families, and the Child Tax Credit. For those with kids under 17, this credit can increase your refund significantly. A refundable tax credit is a tax benefit that can give you money back, even if you don't owe any taxes. If the credit is more than what you owe, you get the extra amount as a refund. For example, if you end up owing $200 in taxes, but have a refundable tax credit worth $500, you'll get a $300 refund. Now let's talk about the timing of refunds. Do you want to get your refund sooner? Then file as early as possible. The IRS opens up filing season in January, and early filers usually get their refunds the fastest. It also helps protect against tax fraud. If you filed early, scammers have less of a chance to file a return in your name before you do. Typically, it takes 2 to 3 weeks, but sometimes for whatever reason, the IRS may want to send you a letter to verify your identity or ask questions about certain aspects of your tax return. In those cases, it can take longer. Sometimes people wait longer than expected for their refund due to simple mistakes. To avoid these delays, double-check your information. Make sure your social security number, name, and address are correct. Report all of your income. Don't forget those side jobs or freelance gigs, your online reselling income. All that is taxable too. And make sure you claim accurate credits, especially with complex credits like Earned Income Tax Credit. Mistakes can lead to processing delays. In summary, I don't think getting the biggest tax refund should be your goal. The goal should be optimizing your tax bill. In other words, paying as little tax as possible without sacrificing your income and profit. It boils down to understanding where that money comes from and making smart choices about withholding, credits, and deductions. Whether you prefer a big refund or bigger checks throughout the year, hopefully now you have additional tools to make tax season work more in your favor. If you really want to get a hold of your tax situation, come join Reseller Tax Academy. Use the link below for more information. If you have any questions, post them below or come post them in my free Accounting for Online Sellers Facebook group. Subscribe and check out the links below for more resources to help you optimize your tax situation and overcome the anxiety so you can focus on building your business profitably.